Welcome to our deep dive into the absolute next level of IBM I modernization. Today, we're talking about taking your systems and natively bringing them into the modern age. We've got two absolute powerhouse updates to unpack: File Access version 12 and Transfer Data version 9. We're going to break down exactly how these updates empower your system to process this massive new wave of digital data, and do it completely natively. But right off the bat, let me ask you a critical question. Are JSON and electronic invoicing standards like ZUGFeRD playing a role in your company yet? Well, if they aren't right now, they definitely will be soon. Between the skyrocketing demands for web service integration and these strict EU government mandates for e-invoicing, these modern IT standards are literally heading straight for your IT department. So the question is, are you ready for it?
Here is exactly how we're going to break things down today. We'll kick things off with IBM I modernization, then we'll dive right into JSN and web services in file access. After that, we'll look at mastering complex data, shift gears to transfer data for e-invoicing, touch on universal management, and finally wrap up with the free update.
All right, Section 1, IBM I modernization, the swell of new IT standards. Let's get into it. You know, new business demands require truly modern IT processes. You absolutely have to handle JSON files, you need to exchange data via HTTP web services, and you've got to manage incredibly complex XML. And I want to be really clear about a fundamental truth here. No other tool can implement these functions and necessities as perfectly as file access and transfer data. If your system is running on v7.r3 or higher, File Access 12 brings all these capabilities completely natively. It's a total paradigm shift. We're talking about full JSON support that converts any JSON data into readable physical files right on your IBM I, direct HTTP web services integration, automatic generation of RPG and SQL programs, and comprehensive handling of both your local IFS files and remote HTTP data.
Moving right along to Section 2, File Access, focusing on JSON and web services. It's time to ride the JSON wave.
Look, it is one thing to say a system supports JSON, right? But it's a whole different ballgame to watch it automate the heavy lifting for you. The getJSON command is just incredibly powerful. By simply tweaking the output format parameter, it actively builds out your environment. You can instantly generate an SQL RPGLE program complete with a cursor. You can spin up a temporary QTemp file based on arrays it finds in the document. You can build a parsing program using data into, or just generate the required SQL select statements on the fly. It's such an innovative command, and it's built specifically to save your development team just countless hours of manual coding.
And it doesn't stop there. JSON actually gives developers precise, granular control over data integration. You can explicitly define your data type straight from the command line. You can set alphanumeric values as character or variable character, and numeric values as zoned or packed decimal. Plus, if you're pulling data directly from a web service, you can easily define whether you're making an HTTP GET or POST request, and even pass along very specific header information. It's just seamless.
Which brings us to Section 3, Mastering Complex Data. Let's take a deep dive into IFS programming.
So how does this actually look when we connect these technical functions to real-world business benefits? Well, the crucial point here is seamlessly mapping really complex external data right into your native DB2 structures. Let's walk through a typical generated RPGLE program step by step. First, it defines the data structures. You get a primary one for the expected JSON structure and a secondary null data structure to safely handle any missing values. Second, it declares an SQL cursor that leverages the native JSON table function, navigating flawlessly through nested arrays using specific JSON paths. And finally, it just fetches that data, row by row, straight into DB2. It's like a giant puzzle fitting together automatically, clean and highly efficient.
But wait, what if the JSON architecture you're dealing with is just massively complex? Well, that's exactly where template management steps in. Using the Create JSON Template command, you can actually display all the tags in a document and just pick the ones you want to process. And here's the best part. Picking a parent tag automatically grabs all of its subtags. Then, using the Change JSON Template command, you get ultimate control to tweak field types, adjust lengths, and dictate exactly how individual JSON arrays should be processed.
Okay, on to Section 4, Transfer Data and e-invoicing. Let's navigate document compliance.
Shifting gears from data integration over to electronic document compliance, we need to talk about the huge upgrades in transfer data versions 9.0 and 9.1. A massive addition here is the brand new command WorkXR. Think of this as your central command module designed specifically for electronic invoices. The very second a file hits your system, WorkXR automatically detects what it is, whether it's a pure XML file, a standard PDF, or a hybrid ZUGFeRD PDF with embedded XML. This command identifies it, analyzes the headers and namespaces, and figures out exactly what kind of invoice you're dealing with. No manual sorting required.
And transfer data has become incredibly flexible for different users across your entire company. Working XR actually provides 4 distinct view modes. Mode 0, that gives your developers the full, raw XML structure. Mode 1 offers a much cleaner, reduced XML view. Mode 2 gives you a short invoice view, which is absolutely perfect for a quick glance at the date, the supplier, and the total amount. And finally, Mode 3 gives the accounting department an extended, fully logical presentation of the invoice, complete with all the line items and tax groups they need to see.
For the IT professionals out there looking to build fully automated pipelines, transfer data now packs some seriously powerful internal API interfaces. XR1 analyzes PDFs and extracts embedded XML automatically, which totally eliminates the need for manual pre-checks. XR2 handles your XML validation, instantly checking mandatory fields and flagging errors. And XR3, that triggers your own custom user programs the exact second an analysis is successful, passing along all the necessary file paths and parameters. It's automation at its finest.
Now, we all know raw data from external sources is rarely perfect, right? Well, Transfer Data 9.0 brings highly practical data integrity upgrades. If an invoice comes in cluttered up with HTML tags from some web form, the system automatically cleans them up or replaces them. On top of that, it features expanded default value handling for your PC exports. So, if an alias goes missing or a null value randomly appears, the system handles it gracefully based on the rules you set. This guarantees flawless downstream imports into your ERP system without crashing the whole process.
Next up is Section 5, Universal Management, Mastering the Board.
You see, version 9.1 didn't just improve invoicing, it actually introduced much broader system administration capabilities. A great example is workdir, the work directory command. Directly from your 5250 session, you can natively browse and open files across the IFS, Windows Network Shares, and even your local PC. The real magic here is that it automatically opens the file using its associated Windows program. Spreadsheets pop open in Excel, PDFs in Adobe. It makes day-to-day file management incredibly unified and secure.
We also got a fantastic upgrade to PDF background processing. All those old limitations? Completely gone. You used to be restricted to a single, full-page PDF background, but the new freedom allows you to use the first image in a file anywhere you want. There are absolutely no size limits anymore, and it fully supports standard JPG files. This new flexibility makes generating professional letterheads, multi-page forms, and dynamic watermarks an absolute breeze.
System administrators are also going to love the new Secure Protocol Management in version 9.1. To absolutely guarantee data consistency, the deletion rules have been strictly tightened up. You literally can no longer delete an entry if associated protocol data still exists, which actively prevents those annoying orphaned and hidden records. It also steps in and actively prevents duplicate entry assignments. This makes your entire protocol setup far more stable and infinitely more secure.
Finally, Section 6, the free update. We are arriving at the beach.
We've navigated all the technical depths, and now we arrive at the ultimate value proposition. The cost for all these native upgrades is exactly zero. You do not need to purchase any external third-party products to make this work. These expansive, incredibly powerful features for JSON, web services, and e-invoicing are completely native to the IBM I system. And again, this update is available to existing customers for absolutely zero additional cost.
As the CEO, Michael Ogle, known affectionately to many of us as Mr. Bluesuit, perfectly captures the spirit of this entire release. He says, bring your IBM I system to the next level with the new versions of file access and transfer data. This isn't just some routine patch, guys. It is a complete, forward-looking transformation of how your system interacts with the modern digital world. So, to quickly summarize our deep dive today, by implementing these updates, you're immediately future-proofing your system for modern data exchange. You're easily achieving strict government compliance for e-invoicing formats like ZUGFeRD. You are massively increasing your IT efficiency through smart automation and native integration. And you are achieving all of this with native, cost-free updates. I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to upgrade and ride the wave of digital data on your system? The tools you need are right in front of you. Don't wait for the wave of modern IT standards to just crash over you. Contact the support team today, initiate your free upgrade, and confidently take your IBM I to the next level. Thanks so much for joining us for this session, and happy modernizing.